everybody, DK here, and I just got Seige Flywheels. Yes, this is Flywheels, not Skytread. Skytread is a dumb name, and Flywheels is an awesome name because Flywheels reminds me of a hobby of mine that I never get to play. Hear those? Those are flywheels. Yeah, baby. Anyway, let's talk about Seige Flywheels. I am really happy to have a Flywheels in my collection. I really always liked this guy ever since that one IDW comic where he showed up and then immediately got killed by the fucking DJD. It was just so memorable because, like, he had such a horrible death, such a horrific death at the hands of the DJD. So I always kind of wanted to get a figure of him because I always, I don't know, there was just a weird part of me that always kind of liked this guy a little bit. And he's fun. He is one of those guys that that splits in half and becomes two separate alt modes, which is kind of fun. And yeah, overall, I think he's a pretty fun little Decepticon. So taking a look at him, honestly, I think they pretty much nailed his look. He looks like Flywheels 100% through and through. Like they definitely nailed that part of him. He just looks fantastic. He really does look like he stepped right out of the comic book, man. Really awesome. I just think they nailed it. I think they really nailed the look. Look at that head sculpt. That's a great head sculpt. Really, really like it. The cockpit right there, the little Decepticon logo, everything very well done. Accessory-wise, he came with two guns. He came with this little pistol right here and this bigger gun. Both of these I think are pretty solid, although I personally just like to give him the little pistol right there, but I think that looks pretty cool. But of course you can also give him this big old gun right there if you want, and if you really want to, you can actually combine them together and make the super ultra mega extremo bonanza floopin gun right there, which is just ridiculous, but you can do it if you want to do it. Or if you don't like one of these guns, you can take it. Like I don't really like this one. I don't really like him holding this one. So what I do is I just plug it onto this little port in the back, and there we go. Beautiful storage. And if you don't like this one either, you can also take this and put it onto these little pegs, peg holes on the wings there. So there you go. There is your lovely, lovely weapon storage, which is always lovely. I always very much appreciate well thought out weapon storage. So there we go. Really, really cool looking Decepticon. Always really liked him. For comparison, here he is with Run Amok, so you can get a sense of how he scales with Deluxe Class WFC Trilogy figures right there. So there you have that. And I also wanted to show him real quick with a fellow IDW, well, you know, they both were technically G1, but they were both very, they were both in the IDW comics, and that is Spinister. So there you go, there he is with Spinister. Super cool. I like seeing them both together, even though they're not really a good reason for them to be together. I haven't read the comic book in a while, but I think that Spinister might have actually been there with Flywheels when the DJD finds them. But yeah, really cool. I really like this figure. So let's get into the transformation. It's pretty darn fun. Like I said before, he's one of those guys that splits in half and becomes two different alt modes. The alt modes are where a lot of my issues with this guy lie, but the transformation is pretty solid. So let's do this. So first thing you're going to do is we're going to DJD him. Oh, God! Oh, man. Poor Flywheels, man. He is never going to escape his fate, man. He's never going to escape his fate. All right. So Hasbro had to have done that on purpose, right? Alright, so what you're going to do with the legs is you're going to tab them together right there. You're going to tab together at the feet right there. And then you're going to open these little pieces up on the shins, and those are going to open up all the way. And those are going to flare out just like that. And then you're going to take the feet and you're going to fold them down just like that. So you have that going on. And then you're going to take the leg piece right here. This is going to fold in on these hinges if these don't want to untab, which they want to. Bring this in, and then on this piece you can see you have two slots right there, and those are going to go into those two tabs right there on the bottom, and those just slot in nice and tight, just like that. And then you're going to take these pieces, you're going to close that up, and then bring it down, and it's going to peg in there nice and secure. And there we have that, and then we're going to take this gun, and we're just going to plug that right into this little middle port right there. And there we have the tank mode. And the gun doesn't really like to stay on very well, but you just kind of have to work with it. So there you go. There you have the tank mode. So now we do the top half. So for the top half, you're just going to take the hands here and fold them in and then rotate them 360 just like that. Same thing on the other side here. So once again, flip in the hand and then rotate it 360 just like that. Okay. And now we're going to take the cockpit here. We're going to bring it up, which is going to hide his head, and then we're going to bring it up all the way, and then it's going to peg in place right up there. So you have that going on, and then we're going to come to the bottom here. We're going to untab these little sections from that little middle piece, and those are just going to flare out to the side and come all the way out just like that. And then this piece, we're just going to bring this piece down, and it's going to lock in place right there. And then we're going to bring these pieces in. We're going to peg the arms together right there, just like that. And then we're going to bring it down, and there are two slots that are going to go into two tabs. Two tabs that are going to go into two slots in the arms right there. So we're going to peg in the arms together, just like that, and then we're going to bring that up and peg that in place just like that. And finally, take the wings, bring them down, and they will peg into place into these little pieces right here. You can see there's a peg, a little tab poist right there, and that's just going to come down and lock in place right there. And there you have the jet mode, and if you want to, you can take his other gun and plug it in to that port right there if you want to. So there you go. There you have Flywheels in his all modes, and they're not bad at all. They're not bad at all, but I mean, they're just very generic looking. Not like, I know I said I have issues with them, but they're fine. Like, they're acceptable. They're perfectly fine. They're just not great. Like, certainly not standout alt modes in the WFC trilogy, but fine. They're not bad at all. You can, of course, if you want to, you can mix and match all the stuff. I personally like to just give the tank both of the guns because I think it just looks a little cooler, and that's even how they have it on the box. So there you go. There you have that, which I think is really cool, and then just have the plane on its own. But yeah, I mean, not much to talk about here. They're a very basic looking tank and a very basic looking airplane, and the arms just fold up underneath, and yeah, it's solid. It's not bad whatsoever. So there you go. I think that's all there really is to talk about with Seige Flywheels. Overall, I am happy with him. Let's transform him back. Why not? Because this is a short video, so let's transform him back into his robot mode. So we just take these pieces, flip them up just like that, bring that piece out, bring down the feet just like that, and this will give me a chance to show you how they connect. Bring the wings in just like that. Bring that up. Yeah, the transformation's pretty damn like Baby Town. Very, very easy. Pretty stupid proof. Fold that piece up, bring those in, and then what I like to do is I like to take this piece and plug them together now. So you take that piece and plug that in right there. That locks all that in. You can bring in the shins, split his legs, rotate around his arms, and then flip his hands out. The construction on the figure is great, by the way. All the joints are very nice and solid and snug. And then for dramatic effect, I like to bring down the cockpit last. So bring that down on both of those hinges right there. Make sure it gets locked in place to these two pieces right there. And then for dramatic effect, bring that back down just like that. There we go. So there is Flywheels back into his Decepticon robot mode. So there you go, everybody. This has been my video on Seige Flywheels. Overall, a perfectly fine little Decepticon to add to the G1 Decepticon shelf. I'm very happy to have him. I can't deny that if we ever get DJD figures, I'm absolutely going to recreate his death with them, but oh, poor Flywheels. You didn't deserve it, man. You didn't deserve it. Alright, but there you go, everybody. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe give me a sub if you want to watch me talk about more robots that turn into things. And if you'd like to request a video on any Transformer figure in my collection that I do not already have a video on the channel, let me know in a comment down below, and I can almost guarantee you I will make it happen. Alright, guys, let me know what you think of Seige Flywheels in the comment section down below. And with that being said, this is DK Guillotine, signing out.